consultant of Mountain View Marketing. She has 41 years of branding, marketing, advertising, and public relations experience, and 16 years of website and social media experience. An award-winning branding and marketing expert, Liz has built and leveraged engaging, effective brands and grown businesses throughout the DMV and in other areas of the United States. She shares the actionable insight you need for successful branding and vibrant business growth. Liz has developed and managed more than 1,000 successful marketing and advertising campaigns and more than 650 effective public relations campaigns, on time and on budget. Liz founded Mountain View Marketing 18 years ago. With a team of 7 leading experts in their fields, Mountain View Marketing provides a full scope of outreach services for business of all sizes and in many different verticals. These outreach services include branding and rebranding, strategic outreach planning, marketing, advertising, public relations, social media, custom WordPress websites, videos and television commercials, content for all platforms, and media interview training. And with that, I'll pass the mic over to Liz.
Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you today. Our topic today is your guide to successful branding. Branding as an effective business growth tool. First, what makes a brand successful? A successful brand is 3 things. It's engaging, effective, and consistent. Consistently presenting your brand on all platforms can increase your revenue by up to 23%. Businesses that brand consistently across all platforms, online and offline, are 3.5 times more likely to get strong brand visibility. It's important to keep in mind that statistically, it takes 5 to 7 interactions with a brand in order for people to remember it. You have between 3 and 7 seconds for someone to decide if they want to engage with your brand or not. If they have to spend that precious time figuring out who you are, what you do, and why it's of value to them, then you have lost the opportunity to deliver your message. So with a successful brand and the brand clarity that comes with that, the time that they engage with you and consider you and your services is spent much more effectively on your message. So what is your brand? Your brand is your known identity as a company. It's the essence of what your company stands for. It's what your clients, prospects, colleagues, and local and regional business organizations think of when they hear your brand name. Your brand represents your promise to your clients regarding what you provide and why it is of specific value to them. Your brand is the component that drives your clients and prospects to want your specific services and products, rather than just need those products and services. And your brand is what connects your company on an emotional level with your clients and with your prospects. What is the role of your brand? Your brand actually has an external role and an internal role, and both are very, very important. Externally, your brand needs to build credibility and trust. 59% of clients do business with brands because of trust. So trust and credibility are very important. Your brand should build and strengthen your reputation in the marketplace. It should reinforce you as the go-to resource and expert in your field. Your brand should attract new clients and also retain your existing clients and cultivate client loyalty. 43% of clients spend more money on brands they are loyal to. Internally, your brand attracts top quality employees and exceptional collaborative partners. Statistically, businesses with weak company brands pay 10% higher salaries than companies with successful brands. Also, having a successful brand can reduce your hiring and your training expenses. It takes very little investment for you to convince someone to come work for you when you have a successful brand. Also, your brand creates corporate unity. It provides and validates your company's mission to all of the members of your team. That's very important. What are the components of your brand? Your value propositions or unique brand assets serve as the foundation of your brand. Just as when you build a home, you need to ensure that your foundation is solid and well built. The same is true with your brand. Your value propositions answer 4 questions. Why choose your company? What sets you apart from the competition? What unique assets do you provide to your clients? And what unique assets do you provide to the community? That 4th question is the giving back component. 5 years ago, the giving back component of your brand carried a decision-making weight of 30%. Today, it's 80%. People and businesses want to do business with companies that give back to the local and the regional community. Most businesses do, but very few weave it into their brand. It's important that you showcase your culture of giving back as part of your brand. It makes a difference. Your logo is an important component of your brand, and it should be clean, streamlined, and very uncomplicated. Your tagline is a component of your brand. Your tagline serves as a hook for your business. It's a point of engagement that either explains what you do or the value of what you do. Nike, just do it. Burger King, have it your way. Mountain View Marketing, helping you reach new heights. Ideally, an effective tagline is 5 words or less, and it should be incorporated into the design of your logo, so it becomes a branding unit, your logo and your tagline. Your personality, tone, and voice of your company are also part of your brand. And it's extremely important that you're consistent with those. Some businesses have a more formal and professional personality, tone, and voice. Other businesses have a more relaxed, casual, friendly personality, tone, and voice. It's important to determine which is best for your business, and then it's absolutely imperative that you're consistent on all of your platforms, online and offline, with that personality, tone, and voice. Many people don't realize that your goals and objectives are part of your brand, but they are. It's important to establish metrics for your business and look at that through the lens of what your branding can deliver and evaluate that. Your font and your typeface are also important components of your brand. If you have a very traditional business, perhaps a 100-year established law firm, a very traditional business, then a serif font is a good choice for you. A common serif font that you all may recognize is Times Roman. It says traditional, established. If, however, you have a high-tech leading edge progressive firm, then it's much more effective to have a sans serif font, which says progressive leading edge high-tech subliminally. A sans serif font that may be familiar to many of you is Calibri. Today, you're seeing more and more businesses that combine a serif font, perhaps for the business name, with a sans serif font for their tagline. That provides a visual marriage of traditional, well-established, with leading edge, progressive, on trend. Your color palette is a very important part of your brand. Color improves your brand recognition by 80%. It has much more of an impact on your client's perception of your business than you may realize. Color actually influences 62% to 90% of a client's purchasing decision. 62% to 90% of clients are driven to a purchasing decision by the subliminal value of the color of your brand. It's very important to your target market penetration and also to your business's success to choose your colors well. 95% of the top 100 brands use only one or two branding colors. More than two branding colors gives your business and brand a carnival-like experience, and that is not recommended. So it's best to stick with one or two branding colors. All successful brands do extensive research before they choose their branding color palette. I've been following the subliminal value of color in branding and the power of that for more than 10 years. I have more than 1,000 pages of research in my office on the subliminal value of color and branding. And it's extremely important to your business's growth and success. Understanding your client's response to certain colors can increase the effectiveness of your company's logo, website, advertising, and collateral statistically. Statistics show that the call to action, or CTA buttons, have 35% higher conversion rates if they are done in the correct colors, which are red, green, and orange, as those are the most effective for call to action buttons. Red is a strong take action color and is very effective. Usually, red is the best call to action button color. However, if the product or service you are selling relates to the environment, psychology, or peace, then green is statistically a much better choice for your call to action button. Orange is also very effective as it's exciting and warm and inviting. Red is an attention-getting color. It conveys power, energy, boldness, strength, and courage. It encourages prospects to take action, and red has been statistically proven to drive customers and clients to make a product or service purchase. It is no coincidence why Coca-Cola's only branding color is red. It drives people to buy Coke products. In addition to Coca-Cola, YouTube, 3M, Target, and Kellogg's all showcase red in their brands. Blue is the most universally favored color of all. Blue conveys knowledge, expertise, authority, trustworthiness, loyalty, dependability, reliability, responsibility, and security. Blue is associated with integrity, and blue conveys a message of stability, and it inspires trust in your business. Statistically, blue has been proven to build customer or client loyalty. 33% of the world's top 100 brands have logos that include blue. JP Morgan, LinkedIn, IBM, Facebook, Walmart, American Express, Ford, and Pepsi all tap into the power of blue. Green denotes growth, vitality, reliability, dependability, serenity, and peacefulness. If you have a financial firm or an investment firm, then dark green is the ideal branding color for you, as it subliminally conveys money and wealth. Lighter green is an ideal color to promote health and healing, natural, safe, organic products, and protecting the environment. Animal Planet, Tropicana, BP, John Deere, Land Rover, Starbucks, and Holiday Inn all include green in their brands. Yellow is the happy color. Yellow conveys warmth, cheerfulness, happiness, optimism, clarity, confidence, motivation, and creativity. Yellow is uplifting. It brightens people's spirits and it stimulates decision-making. McDonald's leverages the positive components of yellow in their golden arches. Best Buy, Sprint, Denny's, Nikon, Hertz, and Subway all use yellow in their branding color palettes. It elicits a feeling of happiness and drives decision-making. We're seeing more and more businesses today include orange in their branding color palette. Orange conveys refreshing, energizing, excitement, and enthusiasm. Orange draws attention and sparks creativity. Orange gives you the excitement of red combined with the warm, welcoming, friendly aspects of yellow. Gulf Oil, Harley Davidson, and MasterCard all use orange in their brands. If your business relates to communication, then turquoise is an excellent branding color for you. It conveys clarity of thought and it drives communication. It inspires self-expression and it encourages people to tune into their own needs. So if you have a communication business, turquoise is a good color for you. Peach, particularly lighter shades of peach, appeals to an upscale market. So if your target market is an upscale market, peach is a color to consider. It's a good branding color choice for healthcare providers. It conveys a warm feeling of caring and friendship. Peach subliminally conveys a long and healthy life, and it's associated with youthfulness and perpetual vitality. It resonates well for healthcare providers. Magenta conveys harmony and emotional balance. It resonates spiritually as well as practically. It promotes compassion, support, kindness, and self-respect. Many counseling firms, those who provide counseling to clients in a number of different areas, use magenta very, very effectively. It's a good choice for a business like that. Purple denotes sophistication, royalty, creativity, imagination, wisdom, mystery, and spirituality. Hallmark, Mobile, Crown Royal, and Yahoo all have incorporated purple into their brands. Some colors resonate more effectively with one gender than the other. Brown is one of those colors. Brown is associated with strength, practicality, reliability, durability, maturity, comfort, and earthiness. Men are much more drawn to brown than women. UPS even goes so far as to cite brown in their slogan, "What can brown do for you?" It's a predominant color in their brand. Black means authority, timelessness, power, control, strength, sophistication, elegance, formality, and seduction. It's a very effective color for businesses that sell luxury items or services. Chanel, BMW, Lexus, Armani, Nike, and Dolce & Gabbana all use black as a branding color. If you have a high-tech firm, silver is an excellent color for you. It conveys sleek, quality, craftsmanship and technology, and modern high-tech artistry.
Later in the day.
It conveys prestige, wealth, sophistication, intuition, and dignity. Aviator, Mercedes, and BMW all incorporate silver into their brand. Gold is the color of success, achievement, and triumph. Gold medal. It conveys affluence, extravagance, prosperity, luxury, top quality, prestige, elegance, and sophistication. Rolex, Gucci, Versace, and Lamborghini all use gold in their brands. White is the color of new beginnings. White conveys fairness, impartiality, neutrality, and independence. So how do you leverage the subliminal power of color in your branding? First, you define the characteristics and components you want your brand to convey. Your value propositions that answer those 4 questions I discussed earlier. Then you make sure your branding colors are chosen so that they connect with your brand promise and deliver your brand message subliminally. Color influences how clients view your brand to a great degree. Color contributes to a strong brand identity, so it's imperative that you choose wisely. You want to make sure that you put color to work for your business's brand. Just as with many things in life, it's important to know what not to do as well as what to do. So here are a few branding mistakes I recommend you avoid. The first is not having a crystal clear understanding of what your brand stands for. If you and your company are not completely clear on what your brand stands for, those value propositions, unique brand assets, brand promise, and brand message, if you're not clear about that, it will not be effective to convey that to the marketplace. So make sure you and your team are completely clear on what your brand stands for. The next mistake to avoid is not clearly conveying what your brand stands for. Many long established businesses respond with, "Oh, everyone knows who we are. Everyone knows what we do." That's a very costly mistake to make in the marketplace. The marketplace is constantly changing. People are moving in and out of the marketplace, and to assume that people know what you do because you're a long-standing business is a very, very significant mistake. And with it comes a profound lost opportunity cost. No matter how long you've been in business, no matter how well established you are, make sure you invest the time in showcasing your brand in all of your touch points throughout the marketplace. It's very important. One of the biggest mistakes we see, particularly with small businesses, is revising or tweaking your brand in the marketplace. Every time you do that, you dilute the power of your brand. It's a huge, very costly mistake to businesses. And you see it more with small businesses than with larger firms. If over time your business has changed direction, changed focus, or you believe that perhaps your brand is not representing your company as accurately and clearly as it should, then that's the time to rebrand and roll out a new brand. But be sure that you don't change your font, change your tagline, tweak the colors of your brand, and continue to roll it out, because you completely dilute your traction in the marketplace. Many businesses don't think that responsiveness and outstanding client service are part of your brand, but they most certainly are. 73% of all clients and consumers are loyal to a brand because of exceptional client service. Not investing in creating your brand strategically and leveraging it is another huge mistake. The idea that if you build it, they will come is very effective in the movies and worked well in the field of dreams, but it does not work well in the business world at all. You need to invest in creating your brand very strategically based on what I've shared with you today. And then you need to invest on leveraging it, making sure that your brand is very impactful in the marketplace so that as prospective clients engage with your brand, it's a very clean, effective, results-driven, actionable experience. What is a brand strategy? Your brand strategy is what you communicate both visually and verbally. It's how, where, when, and to whom you communicate your brand message. Your brand strategy involves defining your target markets based on their specific demographics. I encourage you to identify both a primary target market and a complementary yet different secondary target market. And the reason for that is that different target markets peak and ebb at different times. When you promote and focus and brand to a primary and a different but complementary secondary market, you remove the dips in your business cycle. It's very important to do. So as you look at your business, define your ideal client, your ideal primary target market, and then take a step back and look at where your business can best serve a secondary complementary target market that's slightly different. It's a very powerful tool. Your brand strategy involves your advertising channels: online, mobile, on-air, and print. Where will you connect with your ideal target markets? That's where your advertising should go. Mobile is continuing to gain in popularity and prevalence in the advertising space, but depending on your target market, the other channels are also still viable and important. Usually it's best to create a complementary group of advertising channels to ensure that you cover all the critical touch points for your business. Your marketing tools are part of your brand strategy. It's important to have collateral, whether it's electronic or electronic and print. You need to have a pass along profile of your company and brand and your assets. Brochures, flyers, ebooks, profile sheets, all of those are very important. It enables you to educate your prospects in a very clean and consistent and engaging way. There are two newsworthy components to outreach. One is content marketing, and the other is public relations or press release campaigns. Content marketing is a very, very powerful tool. It positions you as the go-to resource or go-to expert in your field. Content marketing can contain no promotional content at all, but it has tremendous promotional value. It ensures that you have top of mind awareness. So even if someone doesn't need your services or products right now, it instills the top of mind awareness in them. So when they do, you are the company that they think of. Content marketing shares value, actionable tools, insight, so that you draw your reader to the wealth of your expertise and the value that you can provide. We have helped businesses grow 30% through content marketing alone. It's a powerful tool. Press releases and public relations is the other newsworthy tool of outreach. Very, very important, very affordable, and extremely effective. This is a way for you to showcase your company's awards, new divisions, staff members, offerings in new service areas, whatever it may be. Statistically, you need to roll out 4 press release campaigns a year to be effective. 6 is ideal. Very, very powerful. Many of these press releases will lead to a feature article. Press releases today have to be plug and play with the media. There is no longer a staff time to edit what you send. So if you don't send it as they need it, it goes in the round file. It's critical that your press releases are written so that they can pick up just the first paragraph, the first 2 paragraphs, or they can run the whole press release without any editing at all. The average pickup rate, media pickup rate for press releases is about 73%. If you do your press releases well, you can increase that up to over 95%, which is very, very powerful. When you marry newsworthy outreach with promotional outreach, you have what we call a 1-2 punch for your business. Very, very effective. People see you in a newsworthy way, and they also see you in a promotional way. Social media campaigns are part of your outreach strategy, your branding strategy. It's important when you start out in your business to cultivate all of the different social media platforms or all the relevant ones, and then determine where you get the best ROI. Once you determine what channel delivers the best traction for you, the best return on your investment, then you can focus your effort more clearly there. But you want to make sure that you look at all of your options. Instagram is continuing to grow in popularity over Facebook. And Instagram also has what they call Instagram TV, which is their competition for YouTube. So when you have a longer video, you can post it on Instagram TV, and that's very powerful. You can continue to post it on YouTube. But social media is very powerful, and video is very powerful. So what are the keys to a successful brand strategy? First and foremost, be authentic and transparent. 94% of clients are likely to be loyal to a brand that provides complete transparency. 94%. It's very important that you are an accurate representation of your business, what you stand for, what you offer, the value that you deliver. So be authentic and transparent. Focus on your goals and objectives. Make sure you establish metrics for your brand. What do you hope your brand will help you achieve? Establish metrics. We've done rebranding for clients and helped them grow between 28% and 300% in 18 months. Successful branding is a powerful business growth tool, but it's very important to establish metrics so you can see how your brand is performing. Always showcase what your business does better than the competition, but never, ever criticize the competition. Just highlight your value propositions, your unique brand assets, and how you deliver maximum value to your clients or your customers. Be consistent. Consistency is key. You want to ensure that all of your outreach conveys your brand consistently. Connect on an emotional level. Tell your story, why you started your company, what really drives you, what fuels your service to your clients. Tell your story. The marketplace is constantly changing, so it's very, very important that you stay relevant and flexible. You don't want to tweak your brand in the marketplace, but you want to be on the pulse of the marketplace so that you can take advantage of emerging opportunities, because they are appearing every day. It's important that you invest your branding efforts on the correct platform that reaches your ideal target markets. It's very important that you look at that. As with anything else in business, it's important to focus on the return on investment. So look at your ROI for your branding and your outreach. Look at that as the lens through which you evaluate your efforts. The ROI of branding is that a successful brand, one that is engaging, effective, and consistent, attracts more clients at a lower cost per client acquisition. Your clients are glad to pay a little more, and they will buy more often. This is equally true with B2B businesses as well as B2C businesses. Successful branding separates you from your competitors. It builds positive relationships and turns your audience into loyal clients. You want to make sure that your brand is successful and that it fuels your business's vibrant and sustainable growth. Thank you very much. I'll be glad to take your questions now.
I just wanted to say wonderful presentation, Liz. Awesome.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I hope you all gained some valuable information today. Branding is a powerful tool.
Yeah.
You explained it so clearly. Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, you're welcome. My pleasure. Yes, Ryan?
Hi, Liz. Thank you.
Excuse me, and then Joe, and then Tamra. Okay, sorry.
Okay. No, I'll let you point to everyone, Meryl. I'll just answer.
Okay.
Liz, thank you. You just taught an MBA level class, maybe a PhD level class. That was by far one of the best Senior Service Alliances presentation that I have thus far witnessed, and I'm blown away. Thank you for sharing so much knowledge. On content marketing is something that our company has been dipping into, and we've been using that to grow our business, and we have seen a massive increase in strategizing with keyword research. And I'm a big SEO nerd, so I'm constantly reading publications. So a couple of questions. Do you have specific services or websites that you would recommend for research I use Uber Suggest, Ahrefs, SEM Rush. And then secondary, do you have any podcasts that we should be listening to, YouTube channels we should be watching, books that you recommend, or ebooks that we should be reading to increase our understanding of branding, marketing, or content marketing?
Well, I don't really have an SEO site per se. We actually have an SEO service that we use for our clients to determine through our web teams. I have 2 web teams, what SEO we want to leverage for clients. And that's true both in the web content, in advertising content, and in content marketing. A lot of the knowledge that I've gained in content marketing has come through my 41 years of experience. I would encourage you to follow a number of different leading experts and take a look at some different articles on content marketing. I will tell you, though, that there's a lot of information out there about it being kind of a cookie cutter approach, and that is anything but true. Good content marketing is developed individually, component by component. That's where you get your traction. So the fact that this idea that you can just whip some content together and blow it out all over the place is really the return on investment with that is just about equal to the level of effort you put into it. It needs to be very customized. It needs to be written in a very effective, engaging way. I will tell you that there is a razor sharp line you can ride between having it have extensive promotional value and not containing any promotional content. And after 41 years, that is a line I ride very carefully and very closely because I can maximize the return on investment. And that's what you need to really strive for. Look at the types of people who are engaging with your content. That'll give you a good view as to where your traction is coming from. So analyze the responses to it. Analyze the circular communication. All of your outreach should drive circular communication. When I started my business, I started in the marketing field 41 years ago. Marketing was a very horizontal activity. You pushed your message out and you waited and you hoped it resonated. That's not true today at all. Today, you push your message out, you invite people to connect with you, you invite them to engage with you. You begin to drive circular communication with your brand and with your business. And that fuels the business relationship. So I would look at your content marketing through the lens of circular communication. Is what you're pushing out there, is it driving circular communication? Because if it is, it's a brand asset to your business. But I would look at a number of different areas. I would look at leading marketing experts as to what they recommend, but I would avoid the idea that you can cookie cutter your way through this. You'll be wasting your time and also tarnishing your company's brand a bit by doing that. It doesn't take long for people to see through that. It needs to be very custom. It needs to be customized to the channel on which you're posting it. You want to make sure you have an understanding if it's going into a magazine or in a blog, what your readership's interests are. You're solving pain points through valuable, actionable information. And that's the lens through which you develop content marketing. What pain points can your insight, your solutions-driven insight, provide to them? And by association, your company becomes affiliated with those solutions through your content marketing channel.
Wow. That's all in capital letters, by the way, Liz. Wow.
Oh, thank you, Joe. Thank you. Was that helpful, Ryan?
You really should be teaching at a university. I've got so many things to talk to you about. Yes, thank you.
Well, and I should mention too, for everyone who is here today, if you are interested in doing a complimentary consultation with me, I'm happy to do that. If you want to address questions that perhaps you don't want to share in a public forum about your business, or you have further questions, my information is in the chat, and please reach out to me and I'll be glad to schedule a complimentary consultation with you on Zoom. So please know that you're all welcome to do that.
Liz, there's 29 people on here. Well, that includes you.
That's fine. Fine.
All right, Joe, you want to
I
ask a
have a couple
question?
of, I have a couple of questions. Liz, did you start in business when you were about 12? Because 41.
Oh, bless you. There's my shot in the arm for today, Joe. No, I didn't, but thank you so much for that.
Well, you certainly exhibit the energy of a young person. So kudos to you, Liz.
Thank you.
Couple of things. One, you said early on that at least I believe I heard you say that you have 7 seconds to in your initial engagement to get someone's attention.
3 to 7 seconds, between 3 to 7 seconds.
That doesn't give you much time to tell your story.
No, your goal is to really engage your prospect with you. And if your brand is very clear and very value driven, that engagement comes easier, and they then focus time on your message. But what's going to engage them and compel them to connect with you is your brand. And then that will take the next step to your message. But if they have to spend that time figuring out who you are and what you do, you've lost them.
Okay. Second, or thirdly, you spent a fair amount of time helping us get an idea of the importance of color in your brand. And I gather that color, or what you're talking about, is the color on your website or your marketing materials.
Right.
Does that extend to clothing? But if someone is wearing, I'm just going to say, for example, some paisley, some very brilliant colored paisley patterned outfit, is that going to be distracting, or does that make a difference at all?
Well, I don't think the clothing makes as much of a difference. The branding color palette is really for your business. But if you're doing a presentation or something, you want to make sure that your clothing reflects your expertise. So it does make a bit of a difference, but what's really important is to have an effective branding color palette on your website, in your ads, in all of your outreach, your social media, your custom banners. It's powerful. We did a rebranding for a client. They'd been in business about 8 months and had a great product line, excellent customer service, and they were just bumping along. And their CEO contacted me and said, "We don't understand why." I said, "I do. Your brand creates a huge brand disconnect." So we did a subliminal color analysis, new logo, new tagline. And through rebranding and social media alone, we did a custom banner in their social media profile. Through that alone, we helped them grow their business 300% in 18 months.
Wow.
Branding is powerful. It is a powerful business growth tool.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'd like to add something regarding clothing. I was at an eWomen network meeting and there was a new person there, a financial planner type of person, and she was wearing a skirt with a tank top. I thought it was personally atrocious. And I didn't see as many people going over to the table that I thought would be going over. So I think clothing can have a profound
It
impact.
does, not so much on the color, but on the professional applicability of what someone wears. It needs to be professional. It needs to say expertise. It needs to engage. The other thing I would encourage you that I didn't mention in my presentation is your body language matters. You want to make sure you keep an open U position when you connect with people. Don't cross your hands, your arms, your legs, or your ankles. An open U position subliminally invites people to engage with you. And you want to lean in, not lean back. You probably noticed that throughout my presentation, I'm leaning in at about a 30-degree angle. That invites maximum connection with the people you're communicating with. So you want to put body language to work in your brand as well. There you go, Gary.
Okay, Tamara?
Liz, I agree with Ryan and Joe. Wow, I've heard some of your presentation before, but today, woo, every time you hear it, it goes to the next level. So wow, great impact. So my quick question, because I know we're moving along here, in terms of, solopreneurs and branding, is there a rule of thumb of branding yourself? Branding yourself as opposed to branding your LLC? Do you know what I mean? What is there a way of discerning what is more powerful and how you would make that determination? And then how does that then carry over to a logo and the tagline, if that makes sense?
Well, with the solopreneur, I think there are a couple of questions you need to ask. Are you planning to continue to function as a solopreneur, or are you looking in the future to grow your business? In order to have maximum flexibility, you would do what we call umbrella branding. And this is true for many businesses. You create an overall umbrella brand, which is very powerful. And then underneath that, you create verticals under that brand that support and leverage that umbrella brand. You could also approach it as a solopreneur with a companion brand where you promote you with your company at every opportunity. You become the complementary component of your business. That's called internal collaborative branding, and that's a powerful tool too. But I would encourage solopreneurs who are looking to grow their businesses, if you just promote you individually, you limit that moving forward. So it's important that you either promote the collaborative with your company, or you promote an umbrella brand with the verticals underneath, because then you have more flexibility, you can be more nimble, and you can grow.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
Anybody else have a question? Laura?
Again, Liz, this was just unbelievable. And sometimes I think things happen in your life when you need them, because this is right where my business partner and I are in our businesses right now. Like I'm in real estate, so we are under an umbrella of a company, but we are independent contractors. So we are struggling with how do we differentiate ourselves from, traditional real estate agents, because we are focusing on the senior market and we are different and in the services that we offer. But how do we stand alone? We have to brand under our broker, but we want to have our own identity such that people know who we are. And then in the future, should we move independently, that we would take that brand with us.
Right.
Help. Like,
so what you would want to do is make sure that you position your branding so that you're showcasing the expertise of the overall umbrella brand, but what you're leveraging are your unique value propositions and brand assets. So they see you as the brand drawing from the expertise of the real estate firm for which you work.
Okay.
And that way you can move that with you should you decide to do that in the future.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And again, thank you for the whole presentation. It's really amazing. I'm going to listen to this recording a few times.
Thank you. I appreciate your kind words very much.
Anybody else?
I think Sherry had her hand up.
Hugh and Sherry both have their hands up. So go ahead, Sherry.
Hi, good morning. Liz, it's good to see you.
You too.
I work with Dwell Assured with Hugh, and we are a new company who assists older adults in staying in their homes, doing an assessment and plan for them. And we actually work with Liz at Mountain View Marketing to handle our social media and all of our marketing and content. So I just wanted to share that, and Hugh can certainly talk more about this, but we have just had such a great relationship. I've been on staff for just 7 weeks, and the work that I have been able to do and learn from Liz has just been amazing. And I have about 25 years behind me at corporations and non-for-profits. And so I'm just so impressed with what she's done. So thank you so much for a terrific presentation. I can learn something new every time I talk with you. So thank you.
Thank you, Sherry. I appreciate your kind words very much. It means a lot. Thank you. It's a pleasure to work for Dwell Assured. Our whole team is glad to be part of your outreach team.
Hugh, unmute yourself, please. You're muted.
You're muted.
There we go. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm Hugh Reese, the CEO of Dwell Assured. Fitz is my son that you see the name in there, but I'm borrowing his computer today. But I have 35 years in business. Dwell Assured is my 7th company, and I have dealt with a lot of marketing people. And everything you heard today is what Liz is all about. And I'll tell you, I spent an hour on the phone with her last night discussing things that were not related to branding. And she is full of the same wisdom and knowledge in all areas of marketing. And it's one of the biggest blessings of this new company that we have is our association with Mountain View Marketing and Liz and her whole team. I can't speak highly enough, except I think one thing will say the best. When Liz sends me an email, I have a special file and I plug it into the education file. She is, in her emails, she is just as educational, and the information is so valuable. I don't want to put anything in archive. I put it into an education for further reading. So thank you for the presentation, Liz. It was wonderful.
Oh, you're most welcome, Hugh. Thank you for your kind words. I very much appreciate it.
Anybody else? No, I guess, Liz, you have infected us all with your wisdom, and kudos to everybody that's on this call. When the recording comes out, just let me know. I'll forward it to you, as well as anybody else who is interested that you may have spoken to about this great presentation. Laura, you have another comment? No, or I'm sorry, I see A. Derby, but I don't know your first name. Do you have a comment? No? Okay.
No, I just wanted a copy of the either transcript or video, and it's Ann Derby.
Ann, okay. I would like you to send me an email. Just email me and say, I want a copy, and I will get it to you as soon as Erin gets it to me. Okay? All right. We are 28 people on the call. We've gone down from 30, but let me do some of my announcements again for those who were not on the earlier call. I never introduced the steering committee, which is what the 4 of us call ourselves in Running Senior Services Alliance. First, we have Gary Haynes, and thank you, Gary. Gary merged with us. He was out of Anne Arundel Company and brought over almost 100 names, which we're working on making sure that they are totally integrated with us. And next we have Joe Sperling. And Joe came on because I called him a blabbermouth. He just kept going to anybody he knew and telling them all about us. So that's how he got on the committee. And then we have Erin. I think Erin had to leave, but her technical knowledge and running Zoom and some other things brought her on board. So we're very grateful to have her. And myself, well, I just kind of fell into the position. So I just find it very helpful. I will tell you one thing, Liz, I go against some of the philosophies that you've taught because on my e-signature, I've got multicolored flowers. I mean, multicolored. So, but I guess it goes along with my flowery personality. So,
Meryl,
somebody?
you underestimate the statement about yourself. You're the heart and soul of our organization. You have helped us transition to not just something new, but something much better. And we all appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, I do have quite a bit of passion. And I think what I've really learned today is Liz's whole concept of it wasn't directly for seniors, but it was for every one of us who works with seniors. And it's just as important to us. Okay. Now, for those who didn't hear some of the commentary earlier, we are leaving Eventbrite completely. We'll keep it open for a few more months for the stragglers who maybe just know, oh, I can go on Eventbrite and sign up. We have decided that the day of a meeting, the Wednesday before, the Friday before, and the Tuesday before, we will be sending out meeting announcements. If you receive one and you know somebody who wants to come, who's never come before, just forward them your announcement because they can sign up with their own name and their own ID information, and it will go directly into our distribution list. Eventbrite seems to be not helping us anymore, but I don't want to say hurting us, but not helping us. Constant Contact does so many things that we don't even know everything that it'll be able to help us to do. Their customer service is phenomenal. And when we think of something that we might want to do, we call them, and guess what? We actually get answers and don't spend an enormous amount of time listening to music on hold. So that's become very important. Okay, we will start the infomercials, and people are jumping all over the place. So I'll call out 2 at a time. And towards the end, just wave your hand if I missed you. And Melissa Koppel will be our timekeeper for, unfortunately, 30 seconds. And when all that is over, if you have any general announcements for anything else, you certainly may announce it, okay? Okay, let's start with Tamara and then Melissa Bressler.
Good morning. I'm Tamara Wolf. I work with people who are seeking to go to the next level in their business. I work as a mind coach, and I have an author and a speaker, and I help people get clarity on where they want to go and take their business to the next highest level. Tamara Wolf, and I offer complimentary visioning sessions. Tamara Wolf, living your best life while you're living it.
Good morning. My name is Melissa Bressler, Outreach Manager at Handy Pro and Occupational Therapist. Handy Pro is a construction company making places safe and accessible through home modifications, and we provide free consultations. Thank you.
Okay, Hugh Reese and then Linda Sperling. You're muted. You're muted again.
I'm Hugh Reese. I work with Well Assured. I'm the CEO. We specialize in working with older adults who've decided to stay at home. We help them thrive at home with a unique concept of to medical professionals, team with the client to create an age-in-place plan, and then we facilitate the accomplishment of all those requirements that we identify through a service provider network, which I hope all of you will be a part of. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Linda Sperling. I work with Care Plus. I am their community outreach director, and I mainly work in their Flex program, which is working with independent senior communities. We offer half-hour increments of time to help a senior shower. We'll run errands for them. Most of the things that we do are just a nice companionship or in addition to something that they just can't do by themselves, or they just need a little help doing a little job. Thank you.
Okay, Anne, and then Rebecca.
Anne meaning me?
Yeah, oh, I'm sorry, yes, Ann Derby.
Okay. Hi, I'm Ann Derby. I'm the Director of Development at Friends House Retirement Community in Sandy Spring. I'm new to this group, so forgive me if I say something, you know, out of whack, but I know that we've enjoyed working with Care Plus. Thank you, Linda, for all your hard work and working with us. We are constantly hiring nurses, CNAs, and so forth. So if anyone knows anyone who's looking, as much as we love working with Care Plus, we like having permanent members of the family, so to speak, and employees. You know, and in the development world, I'm very interested in what was said today about brand development, because our marketing department our marketing efforts are expanding dramatically over the next couple of months. And I did do a lot of color research on presentations and what individuals should wear. And, you know, it does follow the same premise of what you were saying. I think I'm supposed to stop now. Okay.
Yes. Okay, thank you. Rebecca.
Good morning, Rebecca Kleinman with Caldwell Banker. I am I'm certified as a seniors real estate specialist. And what I bring to the table for my clients is to be able to step in and help them fill the gap of anything that they need.
Okay, thank you. Jay Horowitz and then Laura Quigley.
Good morning. I'm Jay Horowitz, and I'm a lawyer practicing in the areas of estate planning, small business law, immigration, and bankruptcy. I offer personalized service, and I don't charge for initial consultations. I'm licensed in Maryland, Virginia, and DC, and my office is in Old Town Gaithersburg. Thanks.
Thank you.
Again, thank you, Liz. Laura Quigley, I'm a realtor with Compass. My business partner and I are also certified senior housing professionals, and we're different. I mean, as Rebecca mentioned, we're not the traditional realtors. We have that background, but we go over and above. We differentiate ourselves by all the services that we offer our clients, and we focus on, you know, mature adults, their families, helping them get through this whole process of downsizing and selling their family home. And we like to say that we want them to be overjoyed, not overwhelmed. So thank you.
Okay. Mark Ash, John Zanunzio.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Senior Services Alliance, for bringing this presentation. Liz, thank you so much for sharing that great information and bringing a great energy to it as well. Mark Ash with Right at Home. Right at Home is a home care agency providing non-medical home care. We serve Montgomery County, Prince George's County, parts of Baltimore, anywhere from 3 hours up to 24-hour care and anywhere in between. We meet someone at their level of need. We serve anyone that's 18 and over. Hope you all have a great day. Again, it's Mark Ash with Right at Home.
Hi, I'm John D'Annunzio. First, props to Liz. That was a great presentation, Liz. My company is Squarely Digital. I do digital marketing, specializing in content marketing. I often talk to two types of busy small business leaders. One type tells me, I want to use content marketing, but I don't know how. Can you get me started? Another says, I know about content marketing and I know it's a lot of work. Can you do it for us? The answer to both is yes. I do totally done for you content campaigns. I consult with people on their content marketing efforts. I do workshops to teach people the basics. And I even do an email newsletter so people can stay on top of the trends in the business. If you're interested in any of it, get in touch. I'll put my information in the chat.
Okay, Melissa. And then Alan.
Good morning. Fantastic presentation, Liz. Thank you so much. I'm Melissa Koppel, representing Community Angels Nursing Services. We provide skilled home care and nursing care for the state of Maryland, vetted and approved with the ARC of Montgomery County, proud providers of Medicaid waiver. My information will be in the chat. Thank you.
Thank you, Melissa.
Good morning. I'm Alan Spiegel with the Beacon Newspapers. A great job today, Liz. It was a brilliant presentation. The Beacon has a variety of ways to help you reach your best prospects and customers, all the way from newspapers to online. We do email blasts. We have a great virtual expo coming up. Last year, we reached over 9,000 unique visitors. So if you want to reach the people any way you want, we can help you do it. My information is in the chat box. Thank you.
Okay, Catherine, and then I'm sorry, it says Care Management Seabury. I don't know the name.
I'm Catherine Harrison, and I work for Bright Star Care in Montgomery County. And we've been here for almost 14 years, providing skilled nursing and also personal care to families from infants all the way to seniors. We also are part of the ARC of Montgomery County consortium, as well as we're on the BACCN, and we work with TRICARE also for military folks. So I'm their community outreach manager, and I really appreciate the presentation and ways to market our business ideas. So thank you, Liz, and greetings to all.
Good morning, Meryl. It's Jennifer Brown. I'm Jennifer
okay.
Brown. Hi. Good morning. I know what it says on the screen. Yes, I'm with Seabury Care Management, which is a team of licensed master's level social workers who are aging life care managers who provide care management services in DC, Maryland, and Northern Virginia. We also have a team of life enrichment specialists, which are not social workers, that work with the social workers to provide social, emotional engagement and support to our clients. One sidebar, prior to joining Seabury, I have a very long history in the industry. I was at Forest Hills of DC, previously known as the Methodist Home of DC, which many of you also know. I was involved with the rebranding of a 150-year-old institution from the Methodist Home of DC to Forest Hills of DC. We did use an outside brand consultant. We did change the color, the logo, and obviously the name. It was a big undertaking, but bottom line, it was the right decision and proved so after we completed the process. It's no small task, but if you need to do it, you need to do it with a consultant, and often with a lot of other efforts to make it right. And I can tell you it was a great experience and pretty stressful. So, but I think you all know who Forest Hills of DC is now. But I can tell you the board was very, very uncomfortable with years of negotiations with the board about rebranding the name and leaving the Methodist Home behind. That was a tough process to go through.
Okay, Dr. Adah, and then Mary Isles, if you are on the call.
Good morning. I'm Dr. Adah Hosfor with Life Matters Care Management, and our role is to take the stress out of aging, both for the senior and their family. We have master social workers, registered nurses who are able to come in, create a care plan and coordinate care for seniors and just ensure that, they can age in place successfully up to 100 years plus. We also have a friendly visitor program where we provide social engagement concierge services for seniors. And we like to see ourselves as the quarterback of care for seniors, healthcare advocacy and support. Again, Ada host 4 with Life Matters Care Management. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Mary Isles, are you on the call? I guess not. Okay. Amanda, are you on the call?
Amanda put something in the chart. She said she's Amanda Wong. She doesn't have her speaker or camera on her desktop. She's an accountant / tax preparer for all types of insurance agencies, I guess, in Rockville. And she put her email in the chart.
Wonderful. Okay. Thank you very much. Now for the steering committee. Gary, you're on, and then Joe.
Liz, I tried to get it down to 7 seconds. I failed. So here we go. Transitioning to retirement and older age is hard work. Next Step Partners and I help people with connections, real estate consulting, and providing information journals for them to record for where their stuff is for those who might need it. Gary Haynes, Next Step Partners.
Thank you.
Good morning again, everyone. I'm Joe Sperling. I'm an independent insurance broker, and it's no secret we all have things in our life that's important. If your family is important, protect it with the right life insurance. If your income is important, protect it with disability insurance. If your assets are important, protect them with long-term care coverage. If your retirement is important, protect it with annuities. I'm a protectionist, and I'm not your average Joe. My information is in the chat. I'll be happy to help anyone understand and work their way through the mysterious world of insurance.
Thank you very much. Before I start, I'll mention to everybody, save the chat. And
Yes.
If you don't know, raise your hand and we'll explain it. If not, well, you know what to do. I am Meryl Schaefer. My business is TLC Daily Money Mentor. And what I do is take away the agony and frustration from, oh no, look at all that paperwork. Look at all these documents. What do? The ones who love me are the 50 to 60-year-old children because they need someone to be a second set of eyes, because mom and dad may know what they're doing, but with today's technology, with phones and emails, something could drastically go wrong. Just to give you an example of something I'm doing today, an attorney recommended me to a gentleman whose mother passed away right as COVID started. So he could not get into their apartment in a senior facility to start working on paperwork. I got a phone call last week. I'm meeting them today, and we're going to start digging through mounds of paperwork to get everything needed to put their information through probate. Yes, it's going to be a lot of work because we have to depend on the father to show the son where everything is. So thank you very much for attending.